Yeah, we will wait for 2-3 minutes, let other people join in, and then we can start.
Perfect. Done.
You all can see one question on your screen. Please answer that.
Hi everyone. Manisha ji, are you able to hear now? Okay, great. So I guess we can start off with the session. It's already 11:01. Sabah, hi.
Hi, Anuja.
Yes, hi. So I'll share the screen.
Hanji, start. Share the screen and we can start off.
Done.
Okay?
Okay. Perfect. I have shared it. You just let me know when to go to
Yes,
the.
definitely. Miss Chitra, you're saying there's no sound. Please connect to the audio. नीचे एक mic का option रहेगा on your phone. Click on that and it'll say connect via Wi-Fi or cellular network करके. Click on that, then you'll be able to hear us. Okay, she can't hear anyway. Can someone type that? Wait, let me write it down.
I'm doing it. You go
Are
ahead.
you able to hear Sabah clearly? Because for me, both of your voice is very low.
I am able to hear Sabah clearly.
It's loud and clear. Everyone else able to hear? Are
Everyone
you all
can.
able to hear them clearly?
Yes, it's coming in the
Perfect.
chat.
Then great. Let's continue.
Okay.
All right. So, first of all, starting off a bright Sunday morning, आप लोग बताइए क्या खाया नाश्ते में? Let's see whether it's gut friendly, not gut friendly. थोड़ा वहां से start कर ले. जल्दी जल्दी 1 मिनट के अंदर 11:04 तक सब डाल दो कि whatever you've eaten. All right, and again, reiterating that the session will be both in Hindi and English. जितना हो सके हम हिंदी में भी बता देंगे, इंग्लिश में भी बता देंगे. कुछ डाउट आया वापस बता दो, we'll explain it. Okay, we're not going to stick to one single language because we know there are people from across the languages. Okay. Okay, some of you have eaten a nice healthy light breakfast. किसी ने बहुत ही एकदम तगड़ा नाश्ता किया है. Very good. बाजरी खिचड़ी, fish gravy and idli सुबह सुबह. Okay, great. Salad uttapam. So I'm seeing a lot of dosa and idli, Anuja. सब मतलब fermented foods चल रहा है सबका भी. Milk and cornflakes. Okay, ठीक है. Banana smoothie, oats. ठीक है. Perfect. All right. Now that we're going to talk to you about a couple of things, what is gut health? How does gut health influence our mood, or rather, how our mood influences our gut health? How our food influences gut health? Sab kuch we'll talk about that. And by the end of the session, you'll realize the say food choices that we are making, are they good, not so good? Do we need to make some changes there? We'll get to that. Okay. And by the end of the session, we'll also have some time for questions. So we'll definitely take up all your questions towards the end so that we don't lose the flow of the call that and the agenda that we've planned for you today. Okay. Can we move to the next slide, Anuja? Okay. In the very first slide, we all saw that your gut is known as your second brain. You'll realize that कि हमने वो statement क्यों लिखा हुआ था उस slide पे. ठीक है. सबसे पहले let's understand the fact that your gut helps in detoxifying. It produces hormones. It is also impacting your immune health and regulates your mental health. So what exactly happens is, okay, and first of all, I want to explain what gut is. Okay, we've heard a lot about gut health and the importance of taking care of it. What exactly is gut? The portion of the very end part or the hind part of the stomach, which is called the pyloric sphincter, from there until the anus. Anus is the place from where the wastes are, thrown out of the body, isn't it? So it's the pyloric sphincter or the very end part of the stomach, and then comes your small intestine and large intestine, and then the rectum and the anus. All this comprises of your gut. Okay, okay. Can we move to the next part? Okay. Now, talking about the gut-brain axis, or rather, why exactly are we saying that this is the second brain? How exactly it's influencing? Okay. I'm sure you all have, felt this thing. Yeah. So I'm sure all of you felt whenever you have, a good mood, okay, you feel positive. All right. Your mood is in a good check. You don't tend to have a lot of cravings also. Okay. Or maybe you tend to eat healthy, or other way around as well. When you eat healthy, say for example, when you include a good amount of vegetables in your meals, or probably you have a good amount of salads, yeah, fruits, okay, or a good balanced meal, how exactly do you feel? You feel more, you're not constipated. Your bowel, movements are good, and obviously bowel movements are good. Your body feels light, fresh, isn't it? So एक अंदर से एक अच्छी feeling आ जाती है. Okay, that is how, in a very simple way, I'm saying that they are directly connected to one another. Okay, so there's something called, they're bi-directionally connected, meaning the brain has an effect on your gut by, in terms of, say, nutrient delivery, by how the food breaks down, and the diversity of microbiota, which is your bacteria, fungi, viruses, jo bhi hai. Okay, all the microorganisms in the body, the balance of these microbes in the body, all these are, depending on how your brain is influencing it. Okay, similarly, your gut has a direct influence on your brain as well. Okay, because as we understand, the gut brain axis, okay, these are directly connected, and your brain and gut is communicating, या एक दूसरे से बात करें, they're directly in touch with each other. Okay, that is your central nervous system, which is our brain, and the enteric nervous system. Enteric meaning anything that is related to your intestines. Okay, it has a nervous system of its own. All right, which is why your emotions, your, the kind of food we eat, our cognitive function, cognitive matlab the intelligence factor. Okay, all these are connected with our intestinal functions as well. Okay, now also, have you all felt that the moment we think of eating something, say suddenly we think of eating and some nice chole bhature, the moment we think of that, don't we feel matlab muh mein pani aa jata hai, we feel like our stomach is growling after some time, and then we start strongly craving for a food. How is that happening when we're just thinking about it? That's because when you think of a certain kind of food, your brain sends signals to your stomach, and stomach juices are released, right? Like it's already preparing your body to start taking in that food and to digest it and break it down. Okay, that is how strongly connected our brain and gut are. Similar, say for example, you're going through a say a tough phase, और समझ लो सिंपल बात, अब सबके घर में बच्चों के बोर्ड एग्जाम्स हो रहे होंगे, है ना? और रादर इट्स अ इंडिया में ग्लोबल फाइनल एग्जाम्स का सीजन चल रहा होगा अभी. How do kids feel during the exams? They lack appetite. They don't feel like eating much. है ना? वो automatically, because they have fear, they're tensed. Even us for that matter, right? When we are going through extreme emotions, ठीक है? Either we eat too much or we do not eat at all. That is how our emotions are directly linked with the kind of food we want to eat, the amount of food we eat. Okay? That is how our gut and our brain are directly coordinating with each other. Okay? Also, uh, and have you felt that when you're in some extreme stress, or say going through again extreme emotions, like some say negative emotions, you suddenly start experiencing some gut related issues? Either you start having nausea, or you just get an unexplained stomach ache. Okay, or some people experience acute diarrhea. How does this happen? That is because, like we discussed, our emotional and cognitive centers have an impact on our intestinal nervous system as well. Okay, the moment we're experiencing these emotions, our brain signals our gut as well. That's why it starts experiencing these disturbances as well. Okay, and that is why we say, whenever say we're talking about gut health, we do not only speak about say probiotics, include vegetables, say include fruits, have wholesome food. No, we talk about detoxification of mind and body both, right? कि आप सबसे पहले सोने वक्त पे जाओ, sleep on time, sleep at the right time for the right number of hours, quality पे ध्यान दो, de-stressing पे ध्यान दो, which is mindfulness, which could be say deep breathing, कुछ yoga करो, do some physical activity, because we know when we do physical activity, our happy hormones are released in our body and automatically stress level थोड़े से कम हो जाते हैं. Okay, so let's always remember. So the takeaway point from this part of the lecture was, when we're focusing on gut health, it's not only about the kind of food you eat, okay, but also the way you manage your stress levels and your say emotional well-being. Okay, right. Can we move ahead? Okay, perfect. Now talking about the gut microbiota. तो मैं तब से आपको बता रही थी, there is something called gut microbiota, or rather microbes. ठीक है, माइक्रोब्स या माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स किसे कहते हैं? These are जो हम बचपन से the ones that we've learned about: bacteria, viruses, fungi. Okay, the most important are your bacteria that are found in the gut. And now, usually from the very beginning, from our childhood, what we've heard is bacteria, fungi. मतलब ये सारी चीजें, these are a little problematic, not so good things, right? We always feel they cause infections or they spoil food. That's how we think. But no, every single human, every single organism has these living organism has these microbiota inside their body. Okay? Now, even inside the human body, we have multiple types of bacteria. Okay? And in fact, these bacteria or these microbes in general, they form colonies inside our say gut. अब यहाँ पे आप देख पा रहे हो that they are, मतलब, these are just for representation purpose. Obviously, you have tiny dots or strand like or tube like. Okay, these are all uh, you know in our gut in large numbers. Now, what matters is the type of bacteria or the type of microbe. One simple example I'll tell you. Okay, again, there are two types of microbes that we'll be talking about, two types of bacteria, that is your bifidobacteria and your formicutes. Okay, again, there are good and bad type, I'm sure. When we're talking about it, you'll know it. When the bad kind of bacteria goes up, what happens is your the way your body digests food, that will change. And अगर digestion ही ठीक नहीं होगा, तो absorption of nutrients will be affected, right? When the digestion absorption is not happening properly, we very well know that our say body will start lacking in a couple of nutrients. So वहीं से deficiencies भी start हो जाएंगे. That is why we see, the moment we know that a person has gut dysbiosis meaning a disturbed microbiota. Okay, right. ठीक है. So, all right. So dysbiosis meaning the the number or the kind of bacteria in your body, they are disturbed. इससे क्या होगा? Your digestion, your mood, your say absorption of nutrients, all these are impacted, which will lead to a change in your metabolic processes. Okay, now wahin pe, if we have the good bacteria in our body, what exactly are the main functions of these good bacteria? First of all, like we know, it's helping in digestion. So it helps in absorbing all the nutrients. First of all, when your food is broken down, it is broken down into tiny fragments of each of these nutrients, which is from carbs, they turn into sugars, and proteins ka amino acids aate hain, and then we have vitamins and minerals. All these get absorbed by our body, okay, by the intestinal cells. And also some food, which is your fiber, your complex carbs se jo fiber aata hai, which is non-breakable, that gets fermented in our large intestine, and it releases a certain, say, compound or a certain metabolite, which is known as your butyric acid. Okay, now what exactly, or say short chain fatty acids wo hota hai, and how exactly is this helping? It is providing energy to the bacteria which is present in your colon, which is your large intestine. So basically these products which are formed as a result of the fermentation of your fiber, they act as food or fuel to the bacteria in the large intestine. Okay, now see the benefits. Now if it's giving energy to that bacteria, which means it is strengthening the good bacteria, right? And also the research has proven that when you take good amount of fiber and these are providing good energy to those bacteria, it helps in reducing the risk of colon cancer by several times. This is why it's so important for us to take salads in our meals, or to take a good amount of fiber in our meals. This is not only from the diabetic point of view that will reduce your sugar spikes, but also because it has further benefits as well. Now, also, right, and when you're like we discussed that when our good bacteria are in good number, it also helps in the proper, say, we call it maturation of the gut or maturation of the digestive tract, which is simple understanding. It helps in the right production of your gastrointestinal mucus, okay, or your juices, okay, whatever is required in digestion of the food, okay. And then when obviously your digestion is happening properly, your bowel movements, matlab, the right irrigation and the enzymatic activity, meaning whatever enzymes are digestive enzymes are secreted by the by the stomach, by your intestines, that also happens well. Okay. Now, the next important thing, which also plays an impact in terms of how your Anuja, can you tell
Yes.
Tejinder this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Also, it helps in acting as a barrier against the pathogens and toxins. Okay. How exactly is it doing that? Because some of these, they stimulate the production of mucus. Mucus is basically like a slime-like substance, समझ लो. Okay. All right. Why is that produced in our say body, in our digestive tract? So that the food passes through the gut well. Okay. The digestion, it aids in digestion. Okay, and it is filled with a lot of microbes, so that say the harmful viruses or say fungi do not act, or they do not say attack our organs. Okay. All right. And also, when this mucus lacks, or when the right kind of or the right amount of juices in gastrointestinal mucus is not produced, that is when the corrosion of our inner lining of the stomach and intestine happens. Okay, I'm just putting it out in a very simple manner so that you understand. And when this corrosion happens, what exactly does it lead to? Ulcers, right? Which is what is your IBD. Okay, inflammatory bowel disease. Okay. Now, lastly, it helps in playing the role of say immune system as well. It really helps in developing a human's immune disease. Okay, and one of the great ways that a baby's immune system is developed also depends on the kind of delivery a baby undergoes. Okay, this is again through research, and it's not something we're saying by ourselves. Okay, It's proven by research that babies who come out, via natural delivery, the ones who pass through the mother's cervix and they are coming out, the kind of bacteria they pick up from there has a major role to play in developing the baby's immune system. Okay. So again, as we discussed, the good bacteria in your gut plays an important role in preventing your body from pathogenic agents like harmful bacteria and viruses. And also intestine is the primary reservoir of all your immune cells or immunity cells in the body. Okay, that is why the immune system, just how you feel, how you function, how you think, your mood, all these are depending on the kind of bacteria in your body, the composition and the diversity both. Okay, right. Moving ahead. Okay. Now, as I told you that there's something called dysbiosis. Dysbiosis simply means disturbance. Okay. So dysbiosis or disturbance of your microbiota, what does it lead to? Here, there are a couple of, say, symptoms as you can see. Okay. Most importantly, the very first thing obviously that gets affected is your digestive system or your stomach. Okay, which means you get constipated or diarrhea, you have heartburn, acidity, right, when your digestion isn't happening properly. And obviously, when there's a lot of, say, accumulated food which is not getting flushed out from the body as toxins, it will just remain in the gut and it keeps getting fermented further and further. Okay. This is not the good kind of fermentation that we spoke about. This is just the remaining remnant food which actually had to be flushed out. But due to our disturbed digestive, say, functioning, it's remained in the body itself. When it keeps getting fermented further, what happens? It produces a lot of gas, bloating, right? This is what it leads to, and which results in a lot of burping or flatulence. Okay. And again, if our gut health is not good and if the kind of food also we're eating is constantly, disturbed, we end up getting a lot of allergies. Food allergies or insensitivities, intolerances, which again leads to all these, say, gastric difficulties, what we discussed, like constipation, diarrhea, etc. Okay. And also, like I told you, your mood is majorly affected by how your gut feels. Okay. And it can also have, or if you're already too stressed, okay, if you're already too stressed, it will eventually also lead to how you feel, and it will it will in fact, increase your stress levels. It may be a factor for depression. Okay, right. And also, as we know that when your gut is not doing very well, it opens, your risk of getting exposed to a lot of diseases is much higher. Okay? And also, say, some again, like chronic fatigue. You don't know exactly you're eating well, you're sleeping well, probably you're trying to exercise also. But if your gut health isn't well, you have a lot of fatigue throughout the day. Probably you walk a little or you move around a little, or just say even your normal chores feel very, very tiring and tough. Okay, right. Can you move ahead? Now, what are some of the factors affecting our gut health? By now, we may have understood that some of the basic, say, factors are diet, stress, and other kind of food. Probably, see, if we continue to eat refined food, say, high sugar, high fatty food, which has very less protein and fiber, what happens? Your body is not getting the right kind of nutrients, right? Your gut is not getting strong or it's not getting strengthened because it's not getting the right kind of energy जो फाइबर से आनी थी. फाइबर फर्मेंट होता है तो उसके बैक्टीरिया को ताकत मिलती है ना. ठीक है. Diet we've understood now. Stress, again, we know, as we spoke, that a lot of, say, emotional connection is there with your gut. If you have extreme emotion, if you're experiencing a lot of, say, physical and mental stress, then definitely your gut will be impacted. And the next thing is pharmaceuticals, meaning when you take a lot of antibiotics. Okay. Say, again, this is a vicious cycle. When your gut isn't healthy, you tend to fall sick, you get a lot of infections, and say, by by nature, matlab, you will end up taking a lot of antibiotics, right? But again, you get sort of trapped in this, right? And the more and more you take antibiotics, it is antibiotics ना समझते नहीं है कि bad bacteria को हटाने, they're just flushing out microbes from your gut. So even the good ones get washed away with that, right? And when that happens, your gut is just getting sterile. The good impact जो आना है good bacteria से, that's not happening. Okay, which is why, again, where do we get back to? The kind of food we eat and the stress management factors that we do. Okay. Also, yeah, and again, very very natural is your lifestyle, say stages, meaning your age. With age, obviously, the motility of your gut, the integrity of your intestinal muscles, the cells, all these will change. Okay, obviously the rate of digestion, the rate of absorption of food, the kind of food you eat, ये सारी चीजें depend होती हैं. With age, obviously these change. Okay. And again, remember I spoke about the birthing process. Okay, so when we spoke about birthing process, I told you natural deliveries mein the strengthening of gut happens really well. Okay, the right kind of microbes are picked up. Okay, and also definitely the infant feeding method, which is agar the baby is fed, breastfed by the mother herself, then there's nothing like it, right? Okay. And okay, moving forward, also we know the kind of say probably for some obvious reasons, probably some people not say end up having, probably the mother is not keeping well or jo bhi hai. Sometimes breastfeeding may not be possible in every single case, but it's the most recommended. And also natural deliveries are obviously again most recommended. Okay, unless the mother or the baby is in danger and it was an uncalled for situation, and a surgery was suggested. Otherwise, let's understand that these natural processes are always the best. Okay, let's not fall for any of these modern trends or whatever that we call it, or what we're seeing around. Okay, right. Now okay, okay. Now Anuja will, whenever she'll be talking to you, she'll explain how you should take care of your gut health, because I'm seeing a lot of people asking that question. ठीक है, अब बता दिया कि बिगड़ता कैसे, बता दो कि अच्छा भी कैसे होगा. She'll tell you, don't worry. Just moving forward, we'll discuss how exactly is it having an impact on your diabetes. Okay. So again, as I told you, that your change in gut microbiota will have an impact on your hormonal function, hormonal secretion, और ये सब होता है ना. Similarly, insulin, as we know, the master hormone, when the most discussed when we talk about diabetes, uska bhi production or the way it functions gets affected when your gut microbiota are not in the right say composition or diversity. Okay. So I told you about two microbes earlier. I spoke about bifidobacteria and Firmicutes. There's another thing called bacteroids. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली ये दो क्लासेस हैं, bacteroides और Firmicutes. Under them there are several other kinds of bacteria. Firmicutes, bus remember that it's a bad kind of bacteria which has to be in lesser quantity in your body or lesser diversity. Bacteroides are the good ones, which have to be in the higher numbers, at least say. Okay, so it should be in higher amounts, and these assimilate carbohydrates, matlab they help in the absorption of the carbohydrates. Okay, now imagine if your Firmicutes are high, your bacteroides are low. Obviously your carbohydrate metabolism is affected, right? It's not getting absorbed well. Also, when there is change in the kind of this diversity of these microbes, what happens is when Firmicutes go high, they start having a direct impact on insulin action. Okay. And also, there's one theory, not theory, it is in fact true, which is proven by the research, which is connected with this entire thing. When your firmicutes go high, what happens is it also impacts your obesity. Okay, your gut in general impacts obesity. Okay, so if your bad bacteria goes high, it has an impact on how your body is, say, depositing fats. मतलब fat deposition कैसे होता है, okay, and say how your metabolic process is happening. Obviously, if the bad bacteria is high, the deposition of fats is higher. And we know that when fat deposition is higher in the body, the resistance of insulin increases, right? Now, insulin resistance बढ़ जाएगा, so we know that although there could be, say, ample amount of insulin which is secreted by the body, by your pancreas, but it's not being able to work on your cells. Why? Because there is a lot of fat deposition around your cells. That's why it's not able to sense the insulin, it's not able to take up that insulin. So the insulin action is affected. Okay. So this is how your insulin action is affected if your firmicutes or if the bad bacteria goes high. Okay. So these are all stemming from one place. Okay. Like we always tell whenever your health coaches are counseling you, you always tell your gut health is not different from your heart health. Your heart health is not different from your kidney health. It's not like that, right? These are organs which are working in tandem. They are together. If your heart health is affected, somewhere we should know that probably your pancreatic health or your liver health is also impacted. And then we should know that somewhere down the line, probably your kidney health will also be impacted. Okay, let's not treat them as different departments in a university. It's not like that. Okay, एक body है, अपने ही organs हैं, they all work together. Okay. All right. So I hope we've understood the basic, connection of gut health with diabetes. Now I hand over it to Anuja. She will take it forward and explain to you how we can correct these things going forward.
Thank you, Sabha. So I hope, I guess, ab thoda sa you guys had a lot more technical knowledge, and I can see many questions coming up in the chat section that how we can correct the gut health. हम gut health को कैसे सुधार सकते हैं, ठीक है? So now here onwards we will be talking about that. Technical knowledge तो हमने आपको दे दिया कि क्या होता है, कैसे होता है. अब हमको इसको कैसे करेक्ट करना है, ये हमको देखना है, ठीक है? So मैं जब बात करती हूँ हाउ टू हम गट हेल्थ को कैसे सुधार सकते हैं, ठीक है? द फर्स्ट थिंग टू इंक्लूड इन योर डाइट इज लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स, ठीक है? क्योंकि कंज्यूमिंग अ वैरायटी ऑफ फ्रूट्स ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स विल हेल्प अस एंड विल रिजल्ट इन more diverse gut flora, ठीक है? One of the best reason to add fruits and vegetables in your diet is the high fiber content. आपके कोचेस ने हर बार आपको बताया है कि सलाड्स ले लो, वेजिटेबल्स को ऐड कर लो, इसमें बहुत ज्यादा फाइबर होता है, वो आपके लिए बेनिफिशियल होता है. These are high in fibers, these are very beneficial to you. Yes, because this is probably best known for its ability to prevent and relieve all the gut related complaints that we have, जैसे कि constipation हो गया, bloating हो गया. It helps to improve our good gut bacteria, and these good gut bacteria just love fibers. ओके, सो आप जितना अच्छे से फाइबर इंटेक करोगे, जितना अच्छे से सलाड इंटेक करोगे, योर गट इज गोना बी हैप्पी एंड योर गट इज गोना हेल्प यू इन थ्रू आउट द डाइजेशन प्रोसेस, ठीक है? तो आज के बाद आई होप आप आपके कोच से पूछोगे नहीं कि इतना सारा सलाड और इतना सारा फाइबर क्यों लेना है, ठीक है? जस्ट बिकॉज आपके गट को, आपके स्टमक को फाइबर अच्छा लगता है डाइजेशन के लिए, सिंपल रीजन, ठीक है? So when I was, let's say by eating a range of fruits or vegetables, मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि आप एक ही टाइप के फाइबर खाइए, go seasonal, okay? Add the seasonal fruits, add the seasonal vegetables, okay? This will help to stable your gut bacteria, okay? And this will help in resulting, benefits देगा हमको, like you'll have lesser constipation, you will have lesser stomach related complaints, and the further, chronic diseases for that matter, stomach related जो भी होते हैं, that also, and you will improve your overall immunity as well, Okay, so when I was going through some researches, I found that there was one research done on 248 participants. एक research हुआ था 248 लोगों के साथ, okay, where they found within 2 weeks having good amount of fruits and vegetables improved their gut bacteria diversity, okay, as compared to the people who didn't have the fruits and vegetables on a regular basis. जिन लोगों ने 248 पार्टिसिपेंट्स के साथ जो रिसर्च हुआ था उसमें ये पाया गया था कि लेट्स से 2 वीक, खाली 2 वीक उन्होंने रेगुलर फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स का इंटेक किया तो उनका गट हेल्थ इंप्रूव हो गया एज कंपेयर टू जिन लोगों ने फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स नहीं खाए थे. ठीक है, if you have any queries guys, just drop on in the chat section. Okay, we will be answering those in the end of this session. Okay, so I hope the fruits and vegetable part is clear, and now you guys will start including fruits and vegetables into your diet routine, and you will not get confused कि इतना सारा fruits and vegetables क्यों खाना है. हमें खाना है, this is good for our health. Okay, then second thing, very important, cut down on your sugars and processed foods. Okay, there is no diet, there is no doubt basically कि जो भी diet high in sugar and high in processed food होता है is not good for our overall health, not only gut, for our overall health. Okay, so consuming a lot of sugars or let's say for that matter artificial sweeteners can lead to gut dysbiosis. जो अभी आपको सबा ने explain किया what is gut dysbiosis, उसके क्या symptoms है. So having a lot of sugar in your diet and having, for that matter, artificial sweeteners can lead to gut dysbiosis, which can result in imbalance of your gut microbes. ठीक है? So ये बहुत important चीज है to avoid or to reduce taking all the sugars in processed food. Because why I'm talking about processed food, because processed food also has sugar into it, it has empty calories into it, everything is there. So consider avoiding it to have a good and healthy gut health. Okay, then someone was asking in the chat that what is the difference between probiotic and prebiotic. Right. So before I explain the difference, let us understand how probiotics and prebiotics are going to help. So probiotics and prebiotics plays very important role when it comes to gut health. आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा कि probiotic intake is important for your gut health, prebiotic add करो, ये सारी चीजें. Okay. So why, when I was searching recently, it has been trending that human immunity and the gut health is gaining a lot of attention when it comes to probiotics. Okay, because probiotics helps in gut microbiota composition, which can inhibit the colonization of pathogenic bacteria. ये हो गया technical term. Basically, जो gut probiotic होते हैं, वो हमारे body में good bacterias का, let's say good bacterias बढ़ाने में improve करते हैं, which helps in making your microbiota good, your digestion good and everything. ठीक है? That is because, and इसके related, it is connected to your immunity. So with that, your immunity also gets better. Okay, and let's say going to prebiotics. So I'll quickly discuss the difference between probiotics. So probiotics are live bacteria, ठीक है, which are found in some foods and supplements, जो मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगी कि probiotics किस किस में होते हैं, prebiotics किस किस में होते हैं. Okay, and they provide, let's say we know that they provide ample amounts of benefits कि हमारा gut अच्छा रहता है, gut अच्छा है तो digestion अच्छा है, digestion अच्छा है तो weight loss है, weight loss है तो हमारा sugar control में है, everything is linked. Okay, so all these things are taken care by the probiotic, which are live bacteria present in certain food. Okay, abhi let's say what is prebiotic. So prebiotics are substance that comes from a type of carbohydrate, mostly the fiber, mostly from the vegetables you get it, okay, that human can't digest and it is beneficial for your bacteria in the gut. Okay, so prebiotic is totally depend on your fiber intake. Okay, that is why, again, coming to the same thing, fiber intake is important for us. Okay, then going ahead, we need to avoid antibiotics, as Sabha explained. So why we are highlighting over this point is, especially why I am talking about this point right now, is we usually what do we do is हमको थोड़ा सा fever हो गया और थोड़ा सा let's say कुछ basic throat infection and all हो गया, we start taking antibiotics directly without consulting any doctor. Okay, so the prolonged use of antibiotics without any guidance of a healthcare professional can cause gut related issues as severe as stomach ulcer as well. Okay, so be sure of, kuch bhi ho, please do visit your doctor and then start taking the medicines. Don't do it on your own. That is the one thing I want to highlight here majorly. Okay, then physical activity again is important. Basically, when we talk about, let's say, okay, I skipped one point. So we need to work on our stress levels and sleep as well. So why managing stress is important when it comes to your gut health is because your intestinal sensitivity increases when your stress levels are high. So your digestion worsens when your stress levels are high because your intestine has become very sensitive to whatever you are eating. Okay, so reducing stress will help us to lower all the gut related complaints we are getting. So whenever next time if you feel, I'll tell you one thing to observe. If you are bloated, if you are feeling constipated, if you are feeling any discomfort in your stomach, just think of a bit that what are your stress levels right now, because if your stress is high, your intestine has become sensitive to all the digestion related processes. Okay, simple thing to do. And what to do while, if you are stressed out, we'll get to know ahead. Then physical activity, yes, exercising regularly is going to enhance the number of beneficial microbiomes species present in your gut and enrich your microflora diversity, and it is going to improve overall your gut health. Okay, hold a second. Then yes, lastly, and very important, we need to avoid alcohol and smoking. Okay. In the small intestine, basically, the colon causes depletion of bacteria with anti-inflammatory activity, which can eventually lead to damage of leaky gut if we continue to have prolonged amount, let's say prolonged consumption of alcohol or prolonged smoking habit. Okay. Moving ahead, give me a second, I'll just go to the next slide. Okay, so what all probiotics we have? Okay, so as I said, probiotics are, full of live bacteria that will help ensure your gut is populated with all the good types of microbiomes. Okay, you can get the probiotic supplements as well locally right now, but before taking any supplement, I will again, highlight one thing. Please consult your healthcare professional. Please consult your dietitians to get into any supplement routine. Okay, food wise अगर मैं बात करूँ, food wise we have these foods. Fermented foods are great source of probiotic. Fermented foods जो होते हैं वो सबसे अच्छे probiotic के sources होते हैं. ठीक है, the most favorite probiotic food of mine is yogurt. Okay, but when it comes to yogurt, you have to be very sure that it has no sugar, no sweetener, nothing into it. It has to be a plain yogurt. Okay, because we don't want any sugar consumption with it at all. Okay, then there are several things which are getting, popular nowadays is kombucha, kimchi, then kefir, kanji. All these things are good sources of probiotics. Okay, so as simple as you can add curd, yogurt, some fermented food. If you have tried kombucha, I love it. You can also try it. It's very good. Okay, then going ahead, let's see what are prebiotics now. Okay, what all the sources of prebiotics. So as I said, prebiotics are the substance that we get from the fibers. So basically all the fruits and vegetables that I have mentioned, let's say bananas, apple, garlic, onion, then cocoa beans, asparagus, barley, oats, flax seeds, whatever and everything comes with a fiber has prebiotics into it. Okay, and basically it is important to feed those little good bacteria in our gut every day with these foods so that your gut is healthy, happy, and you will be able, your digestion is sorted then. Okay. Then going ahead, again, coming back to this topic, avoid smoking and alcohol, because it has, I don't need to say that it has bad impact on overall our health. Okay. So giving up smoking and alcohol will help you improve your gut health because it will improve the diversity of your gut bacteria. Okay. It increases and it can, occur after, let's say, one research I found that it will not happen within a week, within a month. It will not happen like that. So that research says consistently, if you are following this for 9 weeks at least, then it will start giving you impacts on your gut health. Okay. So after 9 weeks, it might help you improve your gut health and it will help you improve your good bacteria in your gut. Okay. तो 1-2 week से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. We need to stick to that habit. We need to follow it for a longer period of time. Okay. Then, okay, physical activity. Basically, the gut microbes, what we eat. Again, okay, hold a second. Something is off. Okay, so basically, yeah, we had discussed how physical activity is going to help us in improving the gut bacteria. Okay, this is going to help us increase the beneficial microbial species. Good bacteria ये बढ़ाता है, microbial diversity enhance करता है. Then it also enhances short chain fatty acid synthesis in your body by carbohydrate. ओके सो एक बार आप रेगुलर फिजिकल एक्टिविटी करना चालू कर दो, दिस विल गिव यू मैजिकल results, I will say, once your gut is improved. Let's say cardio आप कर सकते हो, okay, which includes walking, running, cycling, elliptical, all these things, okay, which will give you a steady and ensure a good supply of oxygens to your muscles, which will, then help us create the fuel which our body needs to do our daily activities. Okay, so ये सारी चीजें you can include. So make sure that you will at least work out for 30 to 45 minutes in a day, every day. Okay, then yes, going back to this. So let's say, coming to the sleep, what I have read is, or what I have understood throughout my journey is, after 2 days of getting less sleep, if you are sleep deprived for 2 days, it can impact your gut microbes and can increase the activity of your stress hormones directly. Okay, so as we all seen that stress say our intestine become very sensitive to the digestion. Okay, so stress can be anything. As I mentioned here, stress can be the psychological stress, the environmental stress, such as summer is coming, so heat is going to be there, right? In winters, the weather is very cold or there is noise around you, then you're sleep deprived, or there is disturbance in your circadian rhythm. All these things are considered under stress, okay? And this can impact your digestion. Your intestine will become sensitive and your gut health is then worse. Okay, so how we can optimize, basically optimizing sleep is really important, but how we can work on our stress levels, doing some small exercises like 5-minute meditation can help. Okay, so you can, if you know that I was stressed out throughout the day, okay, you need to focus on some amount of meditation at your bedtime. Okay, then do some deep breathing exercises like pranayama you can do. Okay, do it with a good guidance. Then exercise regularly, because dopamine is released in your body and it will help you your stress levels to be in the control. And some muscle relaxation technique you can try out. So these things will help you improve on your gut health a lot. Okay, now we have one thing to announce here is we are starting with one challenge. I'll stop my screen share. Okay, okay, so we are starting with one challenge from 9th of March for you guys, which is called as gut cleansing challenge. Okay, so Neha, you want to take it over?
Yes, Anuja. So
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the session. This was one of the most important sessions because we always talk about the immunity, we talk about improving our overall health, increasing our stamina, endurance. So all the answer lies in the gut. If your gut is healthy, you won't face any health related concerns because that takes care of everything. The more the unhealthy the higher will be the chances for the toxicity, more acidity, more bloating, more, lethargy. Why we feel sleepy after the, food. Have you ever noticed that? If you're feeling sleepy, if you're feeling like dozing off, that's definitely your system is very sluggish. And there, you have the answer to fix the gut. We have the exposure to a lot of food nowadays. Like, I think might be in the dreams also we are thinking about only the food. We will go to this particular, hotel in the weekend. So there's like, a lot of toxicity because you don't have a control on the quality of the food. You don't know what you are eating. This food is loaded with the loaded with the fats, loaded with a lot of refined products. We feel that, it is no matter whatever the choices we are making, but it, somehow ends up giving us lots of toxins and free radicals, increasing our lipid profile from the triglycerides to cholesterol. But that doesn't mean that, we don't eat out. But then there should be a check on the number of frequency and the times we are stepping out and eating, and how we are cleansing next day. And that's the reason in today's time, it's very important to start with the gut cleansing. The more you cleanse your gut, the better will be the thought process, the better will be your energy levels, and your metabolism will improve. Your diabetes, reversal process will speed up. So it's very important that we focus on our gut health, and that's why we are starting up with the 5 days challenge. It's a very simple challenge where, initially 2 days you have to compromise those weekends, pamper yourself, go for the massage, steam, sauna, whatever you can, because that helps in stimulating the cleansing process. What we are doing is we are cleansing the colon. Where all the toxin accumulates in the body is your colon, where all the toxins are getting accumulated, and we need to flush it out. Otherwise, they will develop into the cancer. They will into a lot of health related concerns like low immunity, your skin related concerns, faster aging, wrinkles, hair loss, many other. These are all just the signs and symptoms. So if you want to reduce all these impacts, if you want to cleanse your system, please make out the time, go for this 5 days cleansing process. Every day we will be unlocking the diet for the next day. Starting with the first day, today we are going to give you the grocery list. We will be providing you what all ingredients you require, how you have to do it. What we are really not doing is no processed, no dairy, only the thin buttermilk is allowed, which is in the 1 to 2 teaspoon of curd, add the water and, churn it nicely with the sea salt so that gut can absorb it. The thick curd, which we provide to our system, it won't be able to digest. No yogurt, it's a synthetically, artificially made. What I really prefer is the home set curd, if we can do it. We can have the sprouts. We are going to go really light on the gut so that we can rest, we can rejuvenate it. And your most of the immunity, the digestion and absorption of nutrients, even if we talk about the, proper clarity in your thought process and your, brain fog has to go away. It's all that gut can help you. You have to invest. That's why we call the gut the second brain, because it's in constant communication with your brain. Your mood, specifically your mood, your sleeping, your sleep hormones, everything getting produced in your gut. If your gut, you keep it clean, you keep cleansing it every month on month basis, you will see a drastic improvement. We will guide you how to go ahead with that. But this 5 days diet is very important. Kimchi is a cabbage which is made in the form of a pickle. You can prepare at home. You can get it from outside from some nice organic shop, which can be utilized on a day-to-day basis to add the probiotics in the diet. Any pickle is a probiotic. The beetroot kanji that we prepare in the north, the rice kanji, these are all the probiotics. Even the panta bhat, not in the more quantity because we have diabetes, we cannot go overboard. A small portion is also very good. एक छोटा सा earthen pot, उसके अंदर एक पका हुआ 1 चम्मच राइस डालिए रात में, उसके अंदर डबल द अमाउंट वाटर डालिए, रात भर रखा रहने दीजिए और सुबह उसको उठ के खाली पेट पी लीजिए. It's one of the best miraculous food because the compounds and the elements from the earthen pot plus the rice and the water which ferments and create a nice fermented food for your gut. It will help you in feeding the good bacteria, bringing in the good microbiota. What we have in the gut, we have a good microbiota. There are two types of bacteria. One is the good bacteria, one is the bad. Do we need only good or do we need only bad? No, we need both, but the balance has to be there. What happens when we eat too much of junk? There is a lining of the gut which protects it from the toxins outside the gut and our intestine. What happens? If we are eating too much of junk, all the toxins starts eating up our gut lining and they start entering the bloodstream. And at the moment it starts entering the bloodstream, what happens? The nutrients are not getting absorbed. There's too much of inflammation. There's too much of resistance in the body. And you start feeling like, burning sensation, acidity. Your nutrients are not absorbing. Your skin is becoming pale. Your hair starts, losing its texture. And we start falling sick. आजकल आपने सुना होगा बहुत ज्यादा गट कैंसर, इंटेस्टाइन कैंसर बहुत कॉमन हो गया है. क्यों हो रहा है? This is the reason. This biases. We are playing with the protective layer of our gut. We don't know what is happening inside. Okay, we always give ourselves the opportunity. Okay, आज खा लिया कल नहीं खाएंगे, कल खा लिया परसों नहीं खाएंगे, परसों से बंद करेंगे. ठीक है, इस वीक 3 बार हो गया, next week नहीं खाएंगे, but लेकिन then we end up, eating more. So we have to put one full stop. We have to decide the days. कि ठीक है, once in 10 days we are going to treat ourselves, but the next meal we will ensure we are doing our proper exercises, we are doing a proper cleansing. So we are going to teach you how to cleanse your system on 8th of March, 8 to 8:30. We will be briefing you about the 9th diet. We will share the right plan on 8th of March. Grocery list will be shared today. Please follow that. 2 days of strict diet. If you are not on insulin, you are not prone to hypoglycemic events, go on vegetables and the fruits. Just the vegetables and the fruits. More and more vegetables. They help in nourishing the system. They help in giving a good rest to your colon and your internal body. So please focus and for 2 days, give a nice rest. Do the sort of fasting, but eating more of the food which can nourish your body. So entire plan will be given, detoxification, water, massage, sauna, all the steam can be planned. We can get the Epsom salt at home. Epsom salt is a magnesium sulfate. We will write down and send it to you. Magnesium sulfate, जो कि आप एक bucket water जो है अपनी बाल्टी में गुनगुना पानी या cold water में, you can mix it nicely and then take a bath with that. That will help in cleansing the internal body. जल्दी से magnesium हमारे body में absorb हो जाता है. Internally magnesium जो होता है हमारे muscles को relax करता है. जिनको BP issue है, those who have hypertension, it helps in reducing the hypertension issues. Those who have the muscle ache, body pain, they help in relaxing the muscle pain and reducing the pains completely. And even it's very good for stimulating your blood circulation and your lymphatic system. हमारा blood circulation body में अच्छा होना चाहिए. उसके लिए magnesium sulfate से बात करना by dissolving well in the water is very, very effective. If in case you have a bathtub at home, you can add 2 teaspoons to 3 teaspoons of magnesium sulfate in your bathtub and soak yourself for 30 minutes. And after that, drink a glass of water because magnesium जब हमारे body में absorb होता है, it leaches away the water also and releases all the toxins through the urine. So when you are doing that, skins के through निकलता है, it opens up the pore. So please drink your water drink a glass of water after that so that you are well hydrated. Okay. So that's very important. Please make sure you are discussing with your coach. So please book the consultation in the coming week and discuss all the aspects with the coach. Especially the people who are on sulfonylureas are having a very frequent episodes of hypoglycemia. For you, the entire plan is different. You don't need to go on the vegetables and the fruit diet completely. You can have a little bit of carbohydrate. We don't want to take any risk with you. So you go slow and do it in a permissible limit. But those who are into the pre-diabetic state, जिनका HbA1c 7 से नीचे है, they can easily do that. Even those who are on medication, not on the insulin can easily do. And rest can titrate your insulin by discussion with your coach. So when we are taking less carbohydrate, that means we need less insulin. Okay. So I hope this is clear. I want you all to just check, even if there is any doubt, please connect with me. Can we treat it surgical?
But there are few questions
Cannot,
related.
like, yeah, let's take up the questions. So if you have any questions, yes, Epsom salt is available on any medical shop. It is available on Amazon. You can order from anywhere.
Then can you repeat the rice thing? Someone has asked.
So 1 teaspoon of cooked rice in half the cup of water, you just soak it. एक चम्मच पका हुआ rice, cooked rice, आप 1 cup water में soak कर लीजिए. Let it soak overnight. And next day morning में उठते ही हमें वो पानी पीना है और चावल खा लेना है. That works a very good probiotic for our gut. ठीक है? So let's quickly take up the questions, whatever coming up, Anuja. If we can read one by one.
Yes.
We will provide the recording. Don't worry, we will give you the recording.
Yes, the diet plans also we will be giving every day. So many people ask.
The session will be at 8 p.m. Okay, 8th March, 8 p.m. evening. I know you all have the work on that day. That's why we are doing only for half an hour, 8 to 8:30, so that if you have any diet related concerns, we can clarify that.
So someone is asking, Neha, how much amount of magnesium sulfate can we take daily?
1 teaspoon. And if you are doing it in the bathtub, then 3 to 4 teaspoons.
And are we supposed to do rice thing every day?
No, every day we have given you different things. So you have to follow the right plan. That's it.
Okay, so Haja is asking, what is the effective diet for constipation? Eat lots of fruits and
This is
vegetables.
the right effective diet for your constipation.
Yes.
If you have constipation issue, if you have acidity issue, if you have hair fall, if you have skin breakouts, if you have acne, all these problems will get resolved if you just follow this for 5 days. Please follow it for 5 days, but that doesn't mean after the 6th day, you will start adding up so much of junk and all the process. Go slow, listen to your body, eat less processed. That's what you have to understand. जितना ज़्यादा हम packed and processed food खाएंगे, उतना हमारी body जल्दी deteriorate होगी, उतनी ज़्यादा खराब होगी. So we have to understand what we are feeding. And these 5 days of cleansing are very important. And if you can going further, start doing the colon cleanse once a week. That will be the best strategy for you. And the day you are eating outside after that, please next day keep your meals filled with lot of vegetables, drink lot of detox water so that we can cleanse the system. जितना गंदगी मचाई है उसी दिन साफ करनी है पार्टी के बाद, है ना? So either it's like your house space or your internal system.
Someone was asking, 8th is Mahashivratri. Guys, the challenge is getting started from 9th. 8th, we will be giving you an idea about the next day, what you are all supposed to do. Then
Everything we will explain once you get the diet plan on it. We will explain the entire chart with you once you have it in front of you. Colon detox is a way of cleansing the system by giving the light fermented food and having the way of colorful vegetables and the fruits, starting a day with the fruits which are rich in melanin, which can help in stimulating your bowel movements. And secondly, we are having the concoction. These concoctions are also made to help you in flushing out the toxins from the system. We are doing the colon cleansing in the first 2 days because we might observe a little bit of urge to go to the loo in the beginning, because we are cleansing the system. Somehow through the fecal route it will come out. Depends from person to person. Few can observe that. And I will give you my email ID. If you have any concerns, you can just write out to me and I will keep an eye on the chat area also. So there will be the emergency. If you face any of the problems like too much of weakness, please keep checking your blood sugar readings on a regular basis. Bedtime, you have to 100% check your readings till the time we are doing the 5-day detox. If your readings are below 90, we will be having the nuts or the seeds or some, makhana, that which is, something so that we can, not get the hypoglycemic events. So we have to prevent such events at night. So we have to do it very precautionary. discuss it with the coach, book the video calls now itself. It's okay for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, get over the call, make some time and join the session on 8 so that we can explain the diet to you. We will explain all the 4 days diet also, but the 2 days diet, which is more, little complicated because that's a severe and a very nice cleansing process. That is going to be very effective. And then rest of the 5 days is in process to the same so that we can go slow on the gut. I just request everyone to please stay connected to the premium group. There are 2 chat windows in your app. One is the premium group. Second is your coach chat. I suggest everyone to stay more or active on the premium group so that we all can support each other. That's the chat interface where we can discuss all our concerns and we all are there to help each other, right? And I will be there, your coach will be there. We all can keep in a continuous communication.
Someone was asking Neha that HbA1c 7.3, is it safe to do this challenge? Yes, I guess just
Yes,
you have
for
to check.
everyone it is safe.
Yes.
For everyone it is safe. What we have done, we have divided this challenge into 2 categories.
2 parts.
One category who are pre-diabetic and who are not on sulfonylureas and who are not on insulin. They can do a little strict version of diet because there are no chances to get the hypoglycemia. Second version, who are on insulin and who are on the sulfonylureas, it's a little lenient diet where you are continuously having the food and easy to perform. Even anyone who is old age who feel that the version 1 won't be possible and go with the version 2. Okay?
Yeah.
It's completely up to you. Version 1 is a strict version. Any youngster, anyone below 60 years of age who are not on insulin, who are not having any other complications can go ahead with that. Even if you have the kidney issues, go with the diet number 2. So I hope I'm clear.
Working women
and anyone can do it, even if you are
yes.
It's very easy. You can carry your food. There are a lot of options that can be carried. Saturday, Sunday is generally off for everyone. So it's easy to do. So people who have Down phenomena and those who have the Savoke effect, for them also it's very good. Those who have PCOD, PCOS, we can cleanse the system and help in balancing our hormones because most of the hormones are getting produced in the gut. So what we are doing, we are fixing the main root cause of any health issues. I didn't get you, Rajnikanji. You mean to start off the session? It's from 8 o'clock till 8:30 in the night. And we will give you both the things. One diet is a strict diet where we are going 2 days on the colon cleansing with more fruits and vegetables. Variant number 2, which is like little lenient one, where we are having the light food throughout the day so that we don't end up getting any hypoglycemic event.
So Shashiji, we will be circulating the diet plans a day prior, every day.
Absolutely. We will be circulating the diet plan day prior. We are going to send you the entire, guidelines, the grocery list today itself so that you all can go through it. If you have any doubt, please write down on the premium group or you can mail me at, I prefer to first connect on to this thing and we can give you the email ID because I don't want that, some simple questions to be asked there, but let's because it will be very difficult for me to check 30,000 mails. So please bear with me. But your coach will be the first point of contact there, and I can be available on the premium group to help you further. So enema at every 15 days, absolutely okay, Kamleshi. This is one of the best way to cleanse the system along with this diet if you can take that. Everyone has the access to the premium group. If you open the premium group, when you open the chat interface, there are 2 interfaces. One is the premium group. Second is the My Coach. Go with the premium group, please. It's already a part of premium group, so no need to worry about. And no process, no packet food, no sugar content. Please avoid completely the sugar. Say no to sugar. This is one of the biggest, enemy of our health and our gut. Okay, Gajeshi, if your blood sugar goes down at night, your bedtime snacks are very important. Checking the sugar reading at bedtime. If it is below 90, please go ahead and have the snacks and then you can sleep, nicely. And you can follow the variant 2 instead of following the variant 1 of the diet. You can start eating the veggies. Veggies are part of all the diet, all the dates diet, all the 5-day diet. So need not to worry about it. Medications will be same. It's just that if you are, following the diet, you can just check with your coach because there are carbohydrates. It's just in the moderation where your readings will come down automatically. So please keep checking. We will be sending you the grocery list today. Diet plan will be sent on 8th evening. We will explain the entire diet plan to you. So first day we will explain all the diet. It's quite similar. First and day 1 and day 2, it's very similar diet. Day 3 to 5 is with a mild, introduction of carbohydrates. So that is very simple. What need to be, explained well is the day 1 and day 2 diet, which we will be doing on 8th, so that you don't have any query. But instead, if you have any query, I will be sharing my email ID. You have to ask on the premium group. I'm going to be there throughout the time. I will write down the rice soaking method. Anuja, can you just write down 1 teaspoon of cooked rice and 1 glass of water, soak overnight and have that in the morning. And don't need to worry about in the morning if the readings are going up and down, because we are doing the cleansing therapy. Yeah, colon hydrotherapy is effective, Alok, but then depends on you whether you know the right technique or not. I don't want to give anything where you are not very much, because that's called colon irrigation. You should be aware about the process, how to do it. Panchkarma is absolutely useful. The one thing which is very useful is the journaling. Write down the journaling. Night, follow the Yoga Nidra class or do some meditation, do Brahastika so that we can flush out all the carbon dioxide. When we do breathing, we release all the carbon dioxide from the system. When the food is getting burned and digested in the body, what happens? It releases a lot of carbon dioxide and the byproducts. So if you want those byproducts to get released from the system, you have to do the breathing process. Morning and evening, before going to the bedtime, might be doing some of the Brahastika. You can do the Brahmari so that you can release all the negative vibes and the negative energy from your system. Taking the bath before the bedtime. These are all the simple ways to cleanse the negativity, because these negative vibes also make our system more sluggish and gut unhealthy. That's why Sabha said, कि जब भी exam होता है, even something wrong happening with us, when we are scared, we have butterflies in our stomach. We get, we have a feeling of upside down because of the gut completely going for a toss and dealing with this situation with the fight and flight, response. Gaganji, please consult the doctor. What is your HbA1c? And please book one consultation with the coach so that she can take a call on your behalf. Your HbA1c matters. What is your current HbA1c? Salt part, people say once again. Salt part. So salt, we are going to use the Himalayan salt or the Sentha Namak or the pink salt. Calcium tablet with magnesium, is that sufficient? Okay. But then magnesium salt is going to help in the internal cleansing. Body mein yahan pe skin pe whatever the toxins we have, the pores which are clogged up with lot of toxins, it will get released nicely. Your skin will rejuvenate. Your skin will heal. So that effect you won't get with the tablets. HbA1c 7.3, Manish, absolutely you can go ahead with the version 1 diet. And those who are on insulin, please titrate your insulin, discussing with the coach to avoid any hypoglycemia. Bedtime पे अपनी readings जरूर check करिएगा. अगर 90 से नीचे हैं तो bedtime snacks, मखाना ले लीजिए 1 handful, थोड़े से seeds ले लीजिए, nuts ले लीजिए, 8-10 almonds खा लीजिए. It will help you in taking care of it. Almonds को soak करके खाना है, बिना soak करे मत खाइएगा. Phytic acid होता है, absorb नहीं होते हैं body में और acidity करते हैं. How to cure IBS? Alok, there is this, your solution. Please do this. So that will help you. Cleansing, the gut cleansing is required. Fixing the gut flora is required. Are we supposed to do this rice thing every day? No, we don't need to do the rice thing every day. Once a day is also fine. So those who are doing the fasting and on the day of Shivratri, it's good to avoid eating, anything which is heavy. Try to avoid the fried food, no fried food. Have the simple food. कोटू का आटे का चीला हम खा सकते हैं. Those who are on fasting can have the kotu atta chila, can have the sweet potato as the snacks, can have curd with chia seeds and a lot of the cucumber slices in that. Can also have the boiled potato, but potato को एक दिन पहले boil करके fridge में रख लीजिएगा. Next day use करिएगा. The starch will convert into resistant starch, which is good for you. No milk, only curd. You can make the smoothie, vegetables का खा सकते हैं. You can have the lauki, bottle gourd, rich gourd. You can just give it a whistle in the cooker and can have that also. So do a nice fasting. That will be really good for you. I will write on. That's a good point. Good you reminded me. Those who will be on fasting for Shivratri, I will give the entire plan to you. I have a gastric problem, must do it. Must do the 5 days plan and do it every week. This gastric problem will completely go. Why we get the bloating? Because there is a disbalance between your good bacteria and the bad bacteria leading to the gastric issues. It's definitely, but it is not less food. It is about the right food. We are not making you starve. We are giving you the right food. But when you are on insulin, then you have to really take care of that. Because insulin reduces the blood sugar drastically. Drinking a lot of water, make sure you're sleeping on time. You are completely, knocking off whenever you are getting some negative thoughts. Please knock yourself. Tell that, no, I have to eat right. I have to stop thinking wrong and focus on your deep breathing, or just take a deep breath and relax your mind. Yes, absolutely okay, but then depends how much fermented it is. Sometimes eating the fermented batter from outside can increase the bloating issues. And for few people, fermentation doesn't suit. So please try with the millets. It gets converted into resistant starch, which is not effective. That helps in delaying the gastric emptying. Okay, somebody asked about the difference between the curd and the yogurt. So curd has a natural bacteria which is set on its own naturally. Yogurt is something which is artificially produced, where the strains have been introduced in the in the entire process to get that end product of yogurt. Definitely the curd is better because that's a natural phenomenon. When we freeze the potato, it will convert into resistant starch. The starch in potato converts into resistant starch, which doesn't get the spikes. Please no frying. So those who get the gastric issues after the brown chana rajma, kyun hota hai? We don't soak it properly. You have to soak all these legumes at least for 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours, mandatory soaking these grains and then washing it nicely. It has phytic acid, which creates and irritates the gut. So if you are just washing it nicely and then boiling it and adding a lot of ginger, pepper, which are anti-inflammatory, help you in the better absorption of proteins from there. And again, it won't create any of the gastric issues. Fasting 125, definitely Gita, it can be reduced. Sama ke chawal and jaw ka dalia, yes, you can have that when you are fasting. Sabudana mat khayega. Sabudana is very high in starch. It gives a drastic spike, make the system very sluggish, and it's not very safe. You should have the curd. As I said, it's more natural. So those who have the uric acid and the kidney stone, please do the detox. Make sure you are having apple cider also. It will help in flushing the stones further. Day 3 of the entire detoxification series. Day 1, we are doing colon cleanse. Day 2 is a colon cleanse. Day 3 is a kidney cleanse. So this helps in cleansing the stones from your body, flushing out the uric acid, helping the kidney to get more cleanse, burning of the fat. Aapka weight loss acha hota hai. Yes, sweet potato can be eaten. Vegetables need not to be soaked for the 22 hours. Vegetables can be washed thoroughly by soaking into the salt water for 5-10 minutes. Barley water can be used, absolutely okay. Shika, it's okay, you can do it. 7.8 is not okay. It's absolutely fine. Until and unless you have to just take care of two things. There are two versions of diet. Number one, which is strict for people who are not on insulin, who are not on sulfonylureas. Second is very good for the people who are on insulin and who are on sulfonylureas because it will not lead to any hypoglycemia. It's very good for students. Any of the child, any of the youngsters at home can do it. Your wife, your mother, your grandfather, anyone can do it. It's a detoxification process anyone can do. Your HbA1c is 5.4, least bother, do the version 1. Greek curd, any unflavored one is fine, but then I prefer to go with the curd, which is more holistic and more healthy. Water, rice water, all are okay to fix your gut health. Even in the rice water, you can add the chia seeds and have it. Gut is a store of house of serotonin, your endorphins, the good hormones, absolutely true. That's why we call that, more than the 90% of the hormones, the happy hormones getting produced in your brain gets produced in your gut. 90% gut के अंदर आपके happy hormones बनते हैं. इसलिए जब भी कभी हमें कोई diarrhea, we feel constipated, we feel bloated, we feel lot of other concerns because gut के अंदर हमारा बन रहा है. We feel irritated, mood काफी खराब हो जाता है हमारा. So that fluctuations in the mood that you observe, that is all because of this. Millet flours are absolutely okay to have. We are going to start with the 5 days detox plan, Rekha ji, which we have to follow. We are going to give you entire diet plan and the instructions on 8th of March from 8 o'clock in the night, 8 p.m. to 8:30. So please join us. Since it's a weekday, we are doing at night time. Jinka 11 hai, they can also do. Those who are on chias, those who are on insulin and sulfonylureas, they only have to be worried about it. For them, the version 2 is okay. We are giving 2 diet plans. One is for the people without insulin, without sulfonylureas. Second is for the people who are on insulin and are not on sulfonylureas. So please, it's okay. जिनको भी insulin है, sulfonylureas है, number 2 diet plan पे जाइएगा. We will send the recording to you. Definitely, it will help in the fatty liver. It will help in the heart issues because आपका blood circulation अच्छा करता है, lymphatic system अच्छा करता है. आपके kidneys cleanse होते हैं. तो these 5 days, we are focusing on the colon cleansing. We are focusing on the kidney cleansing. We are focusing on the liver cleansing and your gut cleansing overall. So please follow this. I hope I could answer all the questions. Anything left? Yeah, we will be sharing the grocery list today. So stay tuned to the premium group. You will get all the details so that we can arrange this week. I will share the grocery list in some time. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed the session. You got to learn so many things, but please implement this. It's very important to understand. We will share the PPT with you. Find the gut-friendly food and start incorporating it. From the 9th, I want to see you all joining this session. Thank you so much. Thanks, Anuja. Thanks, Abha. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.